I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Sally Park is suing Jamie Williams in the amount of $3,220.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Miss Park claims she attended the defendant's sleep retreat, hoping to cure her insomnia, and says the experience was stressful, not restful, so she wants a refund.
State your name.
My name is Sally Park.
Sir?
My name is Jamie Williams.
All right, and ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $3,220, alleging that he didn't provide what was promised, restorative sleep.
That is correct.
All right, start with you.
Well, I have always had a very hard time sleeping since I can remember, and I'm a flight attendant, so I'm on the go all the time. So one of my very good friends recommended this sleep wellness retreat.
What were you told it would do for you?
I was told I would get restorative sleep, I would get insight on how.
Did they describe how? Did they describe the process?
They promised 2 workshops, 2 2-hour workshops, plenty of amenities throughout the day.
Okay.
The workshops were in the evening, and then you would go to bed around 7 p.m.
Okay.
They had these very...
7 o'clock?
That's when the lights went out, yeah, 7 p.m.
No wonder you suing him. Go ahead. Who goes to bed at 7 o'clock? Go ahead.
So the big selling point were these wellness sleep beds that provided a spiritual, mental, physical...
Oh, please.
sleep.
Girl, bye. You let this man tell you...
We didn't claim nothing, Your Honor.
You let this man tell you a mattress would give you a spiritual experience.
We did not.
What, did it make you feel like you're in heaven? Is that the spiritual? Okay,
Apparently.
I can go with that maybe. But you sound like some type of Swami was on the bed.
Well,
What did you expect from a spiritual experience? What do you think he meant?
I was open to whatever. I've tried everything to get good sleep. I've tried all the teas, all the
I'm just wondering,
medicines.
what did it went through your mind when he said you lay in this wellness bed, and you'll have a spiritual experience?
I was open to it, and they said...
You didn't know what to expect, okay.
I didn't know what to expect, but I was open to whatever that might be. They said they had advanced technology with the beds, lighting, temperature, sounds, so... yeah, I was open to whatever.
Do you have anything, any pamphlet or anything that they gave you?
I do have the pamphlet, and I have the booking confirmation.
Let's see that, please. The pamphlets at this point, the pamphlets. See what they promised in the process that you may have been given.
Here we are.
And how many times were you to go for $3,000?
It was 2 days. Yes.
And you didn't talk to your doctor about going to sleep?
I've tried, and...
Go to a hypnotist? Did you go to a hypnotist maybe? No?
No hypnotist.
Sleep wellness retreat, workshops, lights out, bed activation. Did you feel anything with the bed? He said bed activation.
I did not.
Did it shake or anything? Nothing? Talk to you?
It made sounds.
See? It did make sounds.
It made sounds, and they were very unpleasant for me. It wasn't soothing.
Rock and roll, heavy metal, blasting. Please note that it may take time to adjust. What you didn't ask, if this is your first time booking with us, it may take time to adjust. So let me get to the defendant. Sir, what do you want to tell me about what you provide, your service provides?
Well, at the Wellness Bed Resort, we provide a 2-day course. And that 2-day course includes a workshop that runs from 3 to 5 on those 2 days, where we fly in specialists that help the plaintiff to fall asleep and just suggesting which kind of sleep patterns she had in the past and how we can improve on those. The bed is helping with that remedy because we are having room temperature, bed temperature, as well as lights, blue lights, green lights, just to calm down a little bit, or red lights for the morning in order to get active when you get out of bed. We also inform the plaintiff about her eating habits, that she should not eat no sugar or any heavy foods before she goes to sleep, which got to my attention, which she not honor. She used our 24 hours service from our cook in order to get her meals and desserts just practically at 7, and at 7:30 she still ordered food. So that might have something to do with the pattern.
Tell me about this lights out at 7 p.m., so that doesn't sound reasonable. How does that relate to
Well,
sleep?
the lights of the bed, that's the ambient light. Of course, people cannot, if they wake up and have to go to the bathroom, they need some light to find the bathroom.
No. It's rare that someone goes to sleep at 7 p.m.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Please note that it might take time to adjust.
Right.
And so you expected one night, it sounds like.
I was hoping I'd get 2 good nights of sleep, and that just wasn't the case at all.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Sally Park, who is suing Jamie Williams for breach of contract.
Why do you think people can go to sleep at 7 p.m. and what's the purpose?
Well, everybody comes from a different time zone, and the time zones vary throughout the country, of course. So we inquire with everybody that comes to the retreat.
LA is 4 p.m. then. You put her to sleep at 4 p.m.
Well, no, people have to adjust, of course. So we tell them.
You want to adjust 4 p.m.
Well, yeah, sure, she has to adjust to that, of course. And usually it takes at least 24 hours to adjust to the time patterns, which we informed her to come prior.
How do you help it occur in 24 hours?
Usually with yoga and sports, and we have a pool, we have a water ballet, we have fitness activities that we offer to the clients in order for them to get rid of some unnecessary energy.
It said lights out at 7 p.m. You thought that would occur? You felt that was reasonable?
I thought I was willing to try it, see if it helped me sleep.
All right, so what did happen? What did happen?
Well, the first night, so there were 2 nights. The first night, I could not sleep because of those sounds emerging from the bed. They were not relaxing, they were disturbing, and I was hoping that...
Did you say something to him?
I did. I went to the defendant and I asked if we could just turn it off. And
how long after hearing the noises did you go? That same night?
Yes,
or evening, or that same afternoon? Maybe y'all go to sleep in the afternoon.
No, during the night, around 8 p.m., an hour into it, I couldn't relax with the sounds.
What did he say?
He said they cannot turn off the sounds from the beds because it's all interconnected, and he offered sound canceling headphones, and I don't think they're comfortable to sleep in.
Did you put them on?
I tried them out. They were uncomfortable, and I can't sleep that way, so I took them off. I tried relaxing. Overall, got maybe 3 hours of quality sleep. And then the next night, there was a storm. And a Miami storm is very different than an LA storm. It was very, very loud, very aggressive. So that did not help my situation. And around 1 a.m., the power completely went out. And that means the beds, the amenities of the beds, they go out too. So I was actually starting to doze off right before that, but then everything just abruptly turned off.
Did he ever tell you? Well, let's go to the second day. The beginning of the second day. Did you tell him you only had a few hours sleep?
I did, and they gave me some more tips and tricks, but they said that the sounds are...
He said to me that it might take, well, let's see. I think it may be on here. Intended to help you discover your ideal sleep, but please note that it might take time to adjust.
Right.
And so you expected one night, it sounds like.
I just was hoping that the first night... Well, it was only 2 nights long. I was hoping I'd get 2 good nights of sleep, and that just wasn't the case at all.
Yeah, but you should have asked, what do you mean by take time to adjust? It's only 2 days. Do you mean when I leave here, it might take 3 to 5 days based on practicing the techniques you've given me? Maybe that's what, you didn't get any further explanation about it taking time? That's a question you would definitely want to know, particularly after you haven't gotten to sleep. I done went right back to that brochure. Let me see what he didn't promise you. I don't feel none of this. All right. No, that ain't happening. No, I don't feel that. And I don't feel that.
And I went to him the last morning, right before I left. I asked if I could
No,
have
not
a
before
refund.
you left. The next morning, when you couldn't sleep, did you go to him and tell him
I
that I only got 3 hours of sleep? What's the deal?
They gave some more insight on why I was experiencing the sleeplessness, and I think the sounds were just disturbing. I don't think anyone can sleep with that.
Let me go to him, and and warn him. Give him a chance to cure. That's what it's in the law. You give someone a chance to cure the violation or what is appearing to be short of what you were promised. Or
Exactly.
you got to give him a chance to fix it.
And that's
But
what
he
I was
won't know
hoping.
unless you call him.
That's what I was hoping. The second night,
No, you didn't tell him no.
I was
You said you didn't tell him. You said you waited on the workshop. I bet you was asleep in the workshop. You didn't even hear that. What are you saying, sir?
I'm saying we tried to be responsive to her concerns after the second day, and we told her that she had to apply these techniques, breathing techniques, sleeping yoga meditations, throughout the days that she's present on the facility. If she cannot fall asleep, she should go with our triple or box breathing techniques that we offered, and I'm not in control over if she's using those techniques or not. She didn't mention anything to us, but we're hoping
But
that everybody's...
she said she expected to go to sleep that night and the second night. So in those two cases, you are responsible.
I am. Well, we always say that we're not claiming that it's going to work as of the day of the workshop, that it takes several days to have its full effect.
Did you hear that? Did you ever hear that?
no.
It's written in the policy that you
Let me
signed.
see your policy. It's not written here. Well, it implies
is.
it implies it may take time. It does say that.
Coming up,
You're a flight attendant.
I am.
You said that your sleep is always off. You said. They probably don't expect that. You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Sally Park, who is suing Jamie Williams for breach of contract.
It may take time to adjust. What you thought time was an hour?
I was hopeful. And after the first night, I was...
And the second
Same.
night, ma'am, that's act of nature, act of God is what we call it in the law. So you can't include you not being able to hear it because of the thunderstorm. That's an act of God. So everybody loses out in that case.
Cannot control that.
Yes. So, a couple of things, ma'am. You're a flight attendant.
I am.
You said that your sleep is always off. They probably rarely have flight attendants. May not have dealt with one ever. So they're dealing with people who live and work normal hours. Just can't sleep at night. That's their typical customer, no doubt. Or am I right or wrong?
Or typical customers, but we also work with people that have severe sleep insomnia and sleeping problems.
I know that. That's what I'm saying it is. I'm saying the difference is she is a flight attendant
She's a special
who
case.
might work 4 hours behind, go to Europe,
She
be
does.
9 hours behind, next day 2 hours behind. So you were a unique customer, ma'am, and you should not have expected it to work as soon as you might have, that most folks, quite frankly, and he even told you, you have to adjust to a new environment. It may take time.
Coming up,
You didn't practice any of the techniques you learned after you left?
I tried to, but I just had such a negative experience there. It was difficult.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Sally Park, who is suing Jamie Williams for breach of contract.
and you didn't practice any of the techniques you learned after you left?
I tried to, but I just had such a negative experience there. It was difficult to, because it didn't work then. I figured.
All right. First of all, it may be a result of your sleep pattern based on your flights, the changes in time that you go through every single week, every other day, no doubt. And so you had a tremendous issue, and who knows whether this could have resolved that. Secondly, it told you would have to adjust it would take time to adjust, and you were frustrated, so you didn't practice the techniques. Thirdly, just to a new environment. Oh, and the other thing, you didn't tell him the next morning. You waited on a workshop to teach you more techniques. Instead of going to him, said, hey, I didn't sleep last night. I only slept 3 hours. What should I do? Before the workshop, go directly to him. Were you available?
We are always available, 24/7.
She could have come to you.
We're available, and she received the workshop really well.
You didn't give him a chance to cure.
The feedback was that she liked the workshop, and she really liked the way how
Would you allow
teachers,
her to?
yes.
Would you allow her to come back? Why don't we do that?
I rather not, because there is nothing that can please this woman. She has noise in her head.
Do you want to go
noise.
back?
If I can get sleep, yeah.
Your Honor, I respectfully decline.
Okay. Well, she might win.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. You can't not pay for a service that you try and use and it doesn't work. You have to give the person an opportunity to cure, and you did not. You did not inform him. You just sued. You just don't go and sue. You say there's something wrong, this light isn't working, I'm not sleeping at night because the light won't go off.
Well, I did go to him when I said that I couldn't sleep with the sounds, and he knew that. And I wanted to just
And
give
we offered
I
a
wanted
solution.
to give it one more
We offered
shot.
earplugs. We offered headphones.
Yes, you offered that
and
night.
herbal tea.
So you should have come back to him and say, that didn't work either, Mr. Williams. You have anything else I can try? You didn't.
I wanted to give him one more night of sleep try and see if it got better the second night.
No, you're supposed to come to a person. The lights don't go off unless you fix them. Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed. You didn't inform him. You didn't give him a chance to fix it. I believe that he was beyond. I believe that this service was beyond your needs. I believe you needed something else, and I don't think this was enough to teach you to sleep in one night. It said it may take an extended time. Certainly, you're the one that would need that extended time. But you better stop that 4 p.m. else you're going to be sued a lot. Nobody go to sleep no 4 p.m. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
I'm very disappointed. I feel like I was cheated out $3,000, and I just wanted some rest.
Justice was served today. Service has been rendered.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.